Now we're looking at the sizing bars. The sizing bars are present at the top right of the title bar. They are the minimize, restore or maximize. Then we have the close. Now minimize. Minimize takes or reduces the application window to a smaller form, which will be displayed when you move the cursor to the taskbar where the application is. But the application always remains open when you minimize. Now let me click on the minimize. Now you can see my desktop screen. This is the application still opened. So it reduces the application to the taskbar. Now if I want it back, I simply click on it and it comes up again. So that's minimize. Then we have restore or maximize. Now if this Office app is in full screen view, if it is in full screen view like this, what you see here is what restore. So if I click on restore, you can see it brings my or makes my Microsoft Word window appear in a much smaller form. Now as it is, I can move it to any direction I want to. From the title bar, I hold down the left button and I can move it anywhere I want to and drop it there. Let's say I want to drop it here, but I want to drop it here, so it remains there. Now I can also resize by just going to any of the edges. You see, watch the arrow. When I take it to this edge, it will change to a double edge arrow. So I can resize by clicking and dragging out, or reduce the size by clicking and dragging in. So I can also resize from these edges too. Any of the edges, up, down, left and right. Just take it to any of the edges. The arrow changes to a double edge arrow, and you can resize. Now this is particularly helpful when you want to sort out information from two documents, whether they are of the same Microsoft applications or not, because these three commands, the minimize, maximize and restore, they are also present in other applications. But for Microsoft Word, I can work on two documents opened at the same time using this restore command. For example, I'm going to restore this one too, and I'll adjust it. You can see I have two documents opened and they are restored on my desktop. Now I can extract information from one document to the other, and I can just get information and type directly even while my screen is my Microsoft Office is restored to this point. So this is one way this restore button is particularly helpful. We can reduce our application window to this form and work on two documents at the same time, possibly extracting information from one document to the other. I can copy a text here and paste it here. So that's how this restore button is very helpful. Now the last one we're going to talk about is close. So once I click on close, it closes the application. Now I clicked on close you can see save, because I have not saved this document before. Or if you have made some changes, it will also bring up this save prompt. Now if I don't want to save, I'll click on don't save. If I want to still work on the document, I'll click on what, cancel. But if I want to save, I click on save, and to take me to the save as window. But I don't want that now, so I just don't save and it goes off. So now when I come here, you can see it is no more restore, it is what, maximize. You can see it's just one square box that is here, so it shows that I can only maximize, that is to make the application window bigger to cover the whole screen. So once I click on it, you can see it is now bigger and it covers the whole screen. You can see now it's on restore point, having two square or rectangle box there. So that is for sizing bars. Now we have the ribbon. The ribbon contains this part of the Microsoft software. From this file menu up to this point makes upwards the ribbon. Now it contains tabs or menu and their commands. At the top here we have what, the tabs or menus. You can see file, home, insert, design, layout, reference, mailings, review, view. All these are the tabs or menus. Now each of these tabs, they have their different commands. Once you want to see these commands, you just click on what, the tab. Let me click on insert tab now. You see different commands. Then I click on design, you see another different commands. If I click on references, so each tab or menu has its own commands present there. So that is for ribbon. So a ribbon consists of tabs and their commands. Now we also have the ribbon display option. Ribbon display option. Now this ribbon display option is present at the right corner, the right top corner of what, the title bar, close to the sizing bars. You can see this arrow there in a square, so it represents what, the ribbon display option. Now what does this do? You can see we have two options here. We have auto hide. Let me select auto hide. If I click on auto hide, the ribbon disappears. So for example, if you want to have more space on your screen, you can decide to use what, the auto hide on the Microsoft application window, because once you click on auto hide, the ribbon disappears for a while. But if I want it back, I'll simply take my pointer up there and click anywhere at the top there, and it comes back. So that's how to what, to get our ribbon. If we set it on auto hide, if you click anywhere on the screen, it goes off. But if you want it back, just click anywhere at the top, it comes back. Now the second part of it is what, show tabs. So only the tabs or the menus will be displayed, but their commands will not be visible. Now let me click on show tabs. You can see only the menus or the tabs are displayed here, but their commands are not here. If I want it back, if I want any of their commands, I'll just simply click on any of them. as I've clicked on insert, now you can see insert commands. So if I click on design, these are design commands. But if I click anywhere on the document, it goes off again. But if I want it to be there permanently, I just come back to what? This my ribbon display options and click show tabs and commands. So it is there now permanently. Even if I click anywhere on the document, it remains there. Another option you can use is this arrow here. You can use it to collapse the ribbon. So if I click on it, you can see it goes up. If I want it back, I simply come here and say show tabs and commands. So that's all about ribbon display option. We have the vertical and horizontal rulers. Rulers are used to adjust document margins, and it can also be used for alignment of text in a document. For example, this is where a ruler is placed. You can see numbers there, and these are what indent markers that shows the position of each text in the document. The marker stops at what? The position of what? This text here. Now if I want to move the text or align it in a different way, I will have to select the text first. Now let me select this portion of text. Now you can see that the indent marker has changed in respect to how the text is. The top, this first line indent, will move a particular part of the text, while this other part, this other hanging indent, will move the second part to align it the way we want by just moving and dragging across the document. But if we move it from the bottom here, this left indent part, it moves the entire text at the same time. So the top one moves a portion first, while the bottom one, this hanging indent, moves the second part. But when we take it from the bottom here, this left indent part, we move the entire text we have selected at the same time. Now we also have another indent marker at the right hand side. You can use it to move the document towards the right or the left by holding down our left button of the mouse and dragging. You can also change the margin. You can see when I take the pointer towards the margin part, it turns toward a double-edged arrow. I can click and drag to increase or decrease the margin. When I say click and drag, I'm holding down the left button of the mouse while moving my mouse or my touchpad across. You can see. So this ruler also is used to do a set paragraph. If I click here, if I click at this ruler part, you can see by double clicking there, I can set kind of margin I want, both at the top and at the bottom. I can set fixed numbers. I can increase the numbers here by adjusting here, or I double click and add the numbers. So that's how we can change. If I'm okay with it, I can make it portrait or landscape. I can make it multiple pages, many margins and so on. If I'm okay with the settings, I click on OK. So I want to make these changes. So or cancel. Now we can hide or show the ruler. If we click on what view, and if I uncheck this ruler here, it goes off. If I want it back, I click to check it again and it appears. So that's for the ruler. We also have tell me feature. So tell me what you want to do. If I click there and type something, let's say I want to create tables, and I type tables. If I don't know where table is and I type it here on tell me features, you can see option. The first one is what add table. So once I click on add table, I can be able to what to add tables here. I also have what the scroll bars, the vertical and horizontal scroll bars. Now you can use it to take your document up by clicking the arrow up there or clicking up the spaces between this bar that moves here. So this arrow here will take it one step upward, but if you click in between the bars, it will move more steps than just clicking on the top arrow or the bottom arrow. You also have what the status bar. The status bar is present at the bottom of the page. It contains the number of pages. Here we have 11 pages. You can see 2 of 11. This is page 2 of 11. This is the number of words we have. Also shown in the title bar 200, 2367, and it is written in English. This icon here is what checks for error on our page. Let me click on it. So there's one error pressed shown here. So that's how we can check for error on our page. So instead of press, they say that I should change it to what to press. So I can say change, and it is corrected. This is another error here. Space error, spacing error. I can say change, or I can just click here. But it's taking time, and what adjust it. I take it, bring it here. Now we also have what this read mode. Read mode is selected when we just want to read the document. We don't want to print it. If it is just for reading, you click on what read mode, and nothing will be seen except the text, and we can move from one page to another by clicking on this arrow here. It takes you to the next page. If I want to go back, I click on this arrow. So this is what read mode. We also have the print layout. This is the default. Our document is selected by default when we click on what print layout, because the purpose of mostly typing is to print out the document. Now the last one we have here is what the web layout. Now if I click on this web layout, our document will appear the way it will be shown when we upload our document online. So we can select web layout where we want to save our documents online to be used or read. So it is going to be saved and be displayed this way. Now we also have the zoom slider. It is used to to zoom in and out the page. So I need to zoom in and out the page and make our document to be easily read.